David Ingram. The program is Around the World, and Richard Pitt, my co-host, and I are sitting here, and we're about to talk about some nutriceuticals. We're going to go over and talk to Croft Woodruff by phone, and because it's by phone, it means you can't phone in, but you can, if you're looking at www.david-ingram.com, you can find a place in the corner down there someplace, and you can log in as a chat. You got to figure out how to do it, but I figured out how to do it so it works. And you go in, log in, and then you can chat. You can send us a question, you can send us a comment, and you can identify yourself or not identify yourself according to how you log in.
And the channel is Around the World with David Ingram, with hyphens between all the words.
Around hyphen
world
hyphen
with
hyphen
David
hyphen
Ingram.
Okay, well, that's what it is.
That's the channel.
So we're going to get Croft Woodruff on the phone if Mitchell will give him a phone call, and we see what we end up with. And Croft was a guy, back when I had the Ingram Show on Rogers and Shaw Television, Croft and Donna Anderson were people that came in and did shows on Codex, because 10 years ago, it's hard for me to believe it now, but it was 10 years ago, the world drug companies were all coming down on anything that had to do with what's the right word, with natural health stores.
Naturopathy and natural the health food stores.
They wanted every single nutraceutical out there, every single vitamin, etc., everything that was being sold in the health food stores to have a DIN number. They wanted it to, or have a DIN, since it's drug identification number. That's what DIN stands. It's not a DIN number. And
end up under the regime that
that's right.
That putatively guarantees quality and source and this type of thing.
That was the idea.
That's the idea.
That's the idea.
So we have Croft online.
Are you there, Croft?
Yes, I am. I can't hear you very well, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Are you actually watching us as well?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Can you get in on the computer?
No, I'm not right now, I'm afraid.
Not right now. Okay, we got you where you are, because I was going to be able to hold up things and show them to you. If not, then I'm going to just have to. Now, we had a bit of a conversation.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got some volume on the machine here that I've got. Try that now.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, good. You talked about today when I when we talked for a couple of minutes, you talked about vitamin D as being one of the things you wanted to talk about. And I said that I was taking a couple of thousand units a day.
And I'm taking 4,000.
Are you taking 4,000
I'm taking 4,000
You and I have never had that conversation.
Well, it's only just recently happened. I think we're into our third bottle.
Okay.
Now, well, what really makes me laugh is that there was an editorial in the Vancouver Sun a couple of weeks ago warning about taking too many vitamins. And the fact is that 20 years of monitoring the Poison Control Centers of America, they cannot find one single case of a vitamin poisoning, injury, or death that could be attributed to ingesting too many vitamins. But contrast that with something like about 110 to 120,000 people in Canada and the United States every year going to hospitals because they took a drug that was correctly prescribed by their doctor as recommended by the pharmaceutical company.
Or overdosed or something of that nature.
Or for that matter, didn't take enough vitamins.
Yeah, the experience that we had in our own family is that my grandnephew, when he was 3 years old, got hold of 180 capsules of mega halibut liver oil. Each capsule has 10,000 units of vitamin A and 400 units of vitamin D. And it was a brand new bottle. He broke the seal. It's supposed to be childproof, you know.
Yes.
And when my niece discovered it and counted the remainder, he consumed over 100 capsules. That means 1 million international units of vitamin A and 40,000 international units of vitamin D. It didn't even fizz on him.
Yeah. Well,
and now he's about 22 years old, and he's over 6 foot, and he's strappingly healthy.
Listen, I had to go and look, and I actually had for our viewing audience, oh, what happened to my magnifying glass?
There it is right there.
I actually had to get my magnifying glass. Now, if you were watching this, you'd see that I've got some Now vitamin D, I've got some Jameson's vitamin D, I've got some, what have I got?
That works too.
I've got Weber Naturals Omega-3, and I've got some Mega Strength Beta sitosterol.
And we've got some melatonin.
And we got some melatonin from London Drugs. So we got a whole bunch of, I've just coincidentally went and sort of dug into my own little pharmacy and found out I certainly don't stick with one brand name. I seem to buy, but you talked about it being vitamin D3.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that the Jameson's bottle, though I had to get out a big magnifying glass to read it, says vitamin D with a little wee tiny 3 after it.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Yours is a bigger magnifying glass. And the now vitamin D that I've got says a very strong vitamin D3. So does that mean, and I just bought these by coincidence, I didn't know there was a difference. Does that mean that they are selling vitamin D2 or what is this synthetic?
Oh, vitamin D3, I have not seen it on any health food store shelf or pharmacy shelf other than vitamin D3. The vitamin D3 is manufactured by ultraviolet B irradiation of lanolin, which is the oil that is naturally on the wool of sheep.
Yeah.
And they have lots of that from the sheep industry. But it's exactly the same oil that's on your skin, number 7 dehydrocholesterol. And that all mammals make their own vitamin D from the action of the sun's ultraviolet B rays.
If you just drive down the street in your 57 heavy Chevy convertible,
yeah,
you're getting vitamin in the sun. You're getting vitamin D3.
Well, yeah. Of course, in our area, you'd have to be out for quite a while. In the high summer, you don't want to be out in the sun any more than about 10 minutes after 10 in the morning and before 4 o'clock in the afternoon because you can risk a sunburn. But even then, they're finding out that vitamin D actually protects against skin cancer rather than putting you at risk for it. And like they're finding out now that it can be used to treat colon cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and other cancers, and people who are on vitamin D3 who have cancers have a longer life extension, shall we say. It prolongs life. So they're finding out a lot of good things about it. There's been a lot of work that's been done at the University of Toronto, the Department of Urology. Having said that, there's things about vitamin D that have been known for 80 years, but for some reason or another, most doctors don't know about it. They don't seem to be teaching it in the universities. It helps to prevent blindness like retinitis pigmentosus and distortion of the eyeball called keratoconus. It can also prevent myopia, nearsightedness, and actually reverse it. Along with vitamin D, it has been shown to work with calcium. Reverse that. Along with calcium, vitamin D works to help reverse retinitis pigmentosus, myopia, keratoconus, and also it also helps to stop cataracts. They found this out during this doctor. He was a naval surgeon, and he was with Marines and sailors on a 18-month tour where they ate only canned food.
Yes.
And he noticed all these things coming on these guys, all these problems coming up, and he got them on high doses of vitamin D and reversed it. And it is written up. The fellow's name is Albert Knapp, K-N-A-P-P. I've been trying to dig through my files to find the original citation, but no matter. He was referred to not too long ago by my favorite American physician, Jonathan Wright, at the Tahoma Clinic in Renton, Washington.
So what is the dosage? I'm just reading these two bottles, and one, the Jameson, is, the now one says I should take 1 a day. That would be 1,000 units. I'm taking 2 a day, and Richard just said he's taking 4,000 a day.
I'm taking 2,000 units.
Yeah, well, if you talk to a physician or a nutritionist who knows these things, they'll probably suggest something like around 2,000 to 3,000 international units a day.
Now, is that year-round?
40,000 international units has been taken, according to Reinhold Wies, who is a PhD and an expert on vitamin D with the University of Toronto. And he was the gentleman where they were he was involved in a treatment of prostate cancer, and they were just giving them about 2,000 intranasal units of vitamin D a day and shrinking the tumors. And that was on about 15 men.
Now, is